MGS Con last year was a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I was expecting. But I gotta say, MGS Con 2 took things to a whole nother level of enjoyment. Well, what's up in there, guys? Brian here, the 3 Topics Gamer, and I literally just got back from a 4-hour drive from California to Las Vegas after having just come from a kind of 2-part trip to California, where one day I spent a day in Disneyland, which that'll be its own video, and the next day after that I went to MGSCON2, and that is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to do a breakdown of the convention, how it was organized, things that they added, some of the major improvements, things that happened, people who showed up. A lot of things happened at MGS Con 2 that were far beyond anything that I expected. And it was a much more enjoyable experience than last year. Not to say that last year was bad. Last year was a lot of fun, but they definitely learned a lot of lessons from last year and made some massive improvements for MGS Con 2. So I just wanted to share just everything that happened, as well as everything that I happened to pick up while I was there. So if you do happen to enjoy this video by the end, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep track of all my future videos. And remember, if you guys have any ideas for future reviews, reactions, or discussion videos in general, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to get them up as soon as I can. So, the day started yesterday as I woke up a little bit late, and it was mainly because I was tired because I spent like an entire day at Disneyland. But so I woke up a little bit late, headed straight over to the Hilton in Long Beach, and by the time I got there, it was like 10:20. I believe the convention was supposed to open up at 10, but apparently security hadn't shown up. But the first thing that I noticed immediately was that a lot more people were there than last year, just in line, which I was not expecting. Now, apparently there was a security post that no one was going through it because security hadn't shown up first. And it actually kind of snaked its way through like some hallways, and it went outside to a pool area. But apparently that pool area was going to be used later on that night. So, I guess some people knew where they were going to be for the pool party after the convention. So the funny thing about me is that because I actually prepaid to get a photo op, I was actually allowed to cut the entire line and get in a little bit early. And I can tell you, the area for MGS Con was not only bigger, but they actually managed to organize specific events or specific things in different rooms. It wasn't like last year how it really was one big room and they just kind of divided it into sections, and then you had the panel room. Each individual area had its own big room. You had the autographs in one big room. You had the artist alley, technically it was like an artist room in one spot. You had the panel in one room. You had the gaming in another. And the primary hallway was kind of like in a reverse L shape if you were entering. And that hallway was primarily used for merchandise. So because of that, there was a lot more room for the amount of people that showed up. Because I tell you, if the amount of people that had gone to this convention had tried to go to MGS Con last year, there was absolutely no way we could have fit them. It would have been like going to a club where they would have to keep track of how many people were in and could only let in certain people when some people had left. But like there were clearly maybe easily at least 3 times as many people went to MGS Con this year than last year. So that was a major success. Now, from my personal experience, the first thing that I did was I had to get my poster signed by David Hayter. He wasn't there last year, and I will say this. He was the primary draw of all the voice actors because the entire time he was doing autographs, he had a line. I had to walk past that autograph room multiple times. There was always a line, and it got so extensive that I believe later on in the day, they actually had to have someone stand in line and have a sign saying this is the cutoff line to get autographs from him, just because it was going on for so long. So like the entire time he was there, he always had a line. I'm not sure if any of the other voice actors had a line like his, but he was clearly the big draw of all the voice actors because he was not there last year, along with Jennifer Hale. I don't think she was at MGS Con last year either. So that's the first thing I did. I had to knock that out first. Then I got my goodies bag, and here was a funny story about things that happened. I had to make multiple trips back to my car because I kept getting prints and merchandise that I didn't want to carry with me. So this happened like 3 or 4 times where I would find something, I would get it, buy it, because I couldn't fold it because these type of these kind of rolls, you couldn't really roll them up. And so I had to keep going back to my car. And this happened like, I'd say like 3 or 4 times. Now, the specific rooms were really, really good size. So the autograph room was one room. There were multiple different panels. They had 2 panels involving 2 different groups of voice actors where they kind of just spoke a little bit about their experience about voicing their characters in Metal Gear Solid, as well as a little bit about them. And I found the second one most enlightening because I happened to learn that apparently Hideo Kojima perhaps was not as involved in some aspects as Metal Gear as I had assumed, because I thought that all the voice actors had like knew Kojima pretty well. Turns out they really didn't. Some of them had never actually met Kojima. Some of them had actually met him only maybe once for a little bit, but they didn't actually know him as I thought. So though the man is still a genius, it does kind of make me question how much of an influence he has on like the grand plan and the grand excellency that is Metal Gear, because there's a whole nother team that is involved in the creative process of bringing performances that enhance the story that Hideo Kojima has created. So I really found that both these voice acting panels were very, very enlightening. It was great hearing all the questions from the fans, the voice actors. That was a lot of fun. Later on in the day, they actually also had a wonderful cosplay contest, which I will be sure to upload that in its entirety for the most part. I'm pretty sure I got like 90% of that cosplay contest recorded. So that'll probably be the next video I upload. So keep your eyes open for that. After the cosplay contest, they had 2 live music performances. Those were a lot of fun. I couldn't get like a lot of footage of either of those events, but those were a lot of fun. In terms of things that happened, nothing really crazy happened. The biggest worry that I was concerned with was the ventilation, because at last year's convention, there were so many people there that like everyone was sweating like crazy. Luckily, there was so much wonderful ventilation. Every room you went into was cool. I wasn't sweating at all. I didn't feel like I was going to pass out, and there was plenty of room. It was that's the amazing thing about the location that they picked, was that even with the amount of people that they had, it never felt cluttered. There was always room. It was always easy to get from one room to another, or just to walk around. And I did that a number of times, and I got to meet a number of my friends that I saw last year. I took all kinds of great pictures with people that I met last year. It was great seeing Peach again. She did an amazing job hosting the cosplay contest, just like she did last year. And me and her spoke a bit, and we had an idea for something we might do in the future, but I don't want to spoil that just yet because it's pretty cool. And if it does actually end up happening, I kind of want to save that for a later date. I would say the only hiccup that happened during the entire experience that I would say is that there was a bit of a problem making the transition from one of the panels to the cosplay contest, because apparently like there was a number of us in there for the prior panel, and they tried to rush us out because they were trying to change out the room. And so because there were so many of us that wanted to get into that panel room in order to see the cosplay contest, there was like this mass clutter in the main hallway, and I think that was the only time that happened. And we were in there for like 20 minutes, and they said that the entire room was going to be changed, and that turned out to not necessarily be the case. From what I could tell, all they really did was remove maybe 2 or 3 rows of chairs and take a couch that was on the stage and put it up front for the judges. That's about all I could tell that they had really changed, but apparently that was really the main hiccup that happened. Other than that, the entire convention ran really, really smoothly. There were so many great cosplays. Again, it was great seeing my friends. There was so much incredible merchandise. There were amazing prints. The artistry in that art room was absolutely crazy. I had to resist buying a lot more stuff. I only ended up getting like 6 prints, but there was like 8 more that I really want to buy. But then I was thinking, where am I going to put them? Because I got 6 of them that I took home, and even right now, I'm trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to put them. But overall, I thought the entire experience was great. I think Amanda, who pretty much organized and is openly considered to be the mother of MGSCon, she did a fantastic job. The staff that was working with her also did a fantastic job. Everyone was nice. It was a positive environment the entire time. I don't think there was really any main instance outside of the transition between one panel to the cosplay contest. So overall, I think MGSCON2 was a massive success, and I just cannot wait to go back to MGSCON3, which I expect to see even more people show up. So, now that that's out of the way, one other thing before I forget. I did happen to get the. I think I mentioned earlier that I did get a photo op, and it was primarily to get a picture with Lori Allen and David Hayter, the voice actors for the Boss and Solid Snake and Big Boss. They gave me like 2 prints and a digital copy. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that well. Not sure how the camera will pick that up, if it'll focus on that very well. I hope you guys saw that very well. There's a digital version. If there's a digital version, I'll be sure to post it on my social media. But that was an amazing experience, and it was happy that they stood on the right side. Like David Hayter signed one side of the poster, Lori Allen signed one side of the poster, and they were on the right side. I thought so much so that they were going to be staying on the wrong side, but that didn't happen. So that is good. I'm not sure if I'll bring anything to MGSCon 3 if I want to get it signed. There might be like one more poster I might try to get signed, but that's topic for another video. Let's go over everything I picked up. So because I got the highest tier, which is Big Boss, I got a goodie bag that came with a lot of stuff. The biggest attraction that I got in that goodie bag is a little plush of Fat Man, the Bomb Master in Metal Gear Solid 2. I was actually surprised that it was Fat Man. I really would have expected maybe Vamp or maybe Fortune, because the voice actors for Vamp and Fortune were there, but unfortunately his little glass of wine broke off, and I have no idea exactly how I'm going to put that back on him, so there was that. I also got a number of patches. I got, it's a little hard to see, but that says MGSCON2. That's a patch that I actually saw some people wear this. I got a dog tag. And I think I got maybe one other thing. I think I'm missing it right here. And my friend Peach, after we took a number of pictures, she gave me like a lot of merch. So she gave me like one of her patches. She gave me a sticker that I immediately had to put on the back of my laptop. She gave me like some cards and some stickers and a couple other things. And we even took a Polaroid, which I'm going to be sure to frame this and put this somewhere special too, because that was fun. And now to go over all of the prints that I got, because I got 6 of them. 2 of them were given to me, 3 of them I got in a package, and 1 I immediately saw it and I just had to get. So let's go over those. So, by far, my favorite print that I got was the last one that I got, and it is for Metal Gear Solid 3. And what I loved about this one immediately was that it was a movie-style poster. This is 100% being framed. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but like, I could not walk out about this. Anytime you add like kind of movie poster credits on the bottom of a gaming poster, that's an instant buy for me. So that was the last print that I got. The next 3 I got as part of a set. There was, however, one small error. And that is that one of the posters, the artist accidentally gave me the wrong poster, which was Sniper Wolf. It was actually supposed to be Raiden and Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2, but I don't know. I guess you can never have too many pretty ladies in your room, so I don't mind. So this is actually still pretty good. And then the next one, which was by far my favorite from this artist, and this is Big Boss. Absolutely love the skull face look. He's a total badass looking. This one is also 100% getting framed. And then the third one is the one that I got for free, because if you got 2, you would get a third one free. And it was that one. And the last 2 prints that I got were the ones that were given to me in my goodie bag. And this one was like the primary poster for it, for MGSCON2. Cons of Liberty, all pretty awesome. It's got Solidus as the main one. I wonder what the next year's poster is going to look like. And then this one was also really cool. This one is kind of in the style of Metal Gear Solid 2. It's got Snake, Raiden, and Metal Gear Solid Ray. This one also has credits on the bottom, so you know it's something that absolutely has to be framed up. And I believe that is just about everything that I picked up. Oh, again, just for final notice, yeah, there's my badge, boss tier. And I probably, if they do another boss tier next year, I will be sure to do that. So, overall, that was my Metal Gear Solid Con Convention 2 experience. If you happen to be there, or if you happen to see me, please make sure you give me a comment down below. What did you like the most? And make sure you keep track of me, and make sure you have your notifications, because the next video after this will be the MGSCON2 cosplay contest in its entirety. So keep your eyes open for that. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you guys next time.